I've chosen to talk about Hillary Clinton's speech, remarks at the National Action Network at their 25th anniversary National Convention, delivered on the 13th of April 2016 in New York City. As such, she delivered the speech at the National Action Network, which is a not-for-profit civil rights organization. Clinton, in the speech, discussed her opinions about the barrier between black and white people in America, which is still a huge problem, she says, and she also says how she will fight this barrier that hold Americans back and build a ladder of opportunity for all Americans, but especially those who live in underserved communities. She also laid out a plan to fight for environmental justice and make sure no one is left out or left behind in the fight against climate changes. She delivered this speech with the topic of civil rights. She uses a great deal of modes of persuasion throughout her speech. She promised to make America great again and better than now, and to invest in sending more people to work. She wanted to use about $20 billion, and of them 15 would be on young people. Also, she promised to help with the climate changes and criminal justice. As a quote, she says, "My door will always be open to you. You will always have a friend and a partner in the White House." She uses the word "we" throughout her speech to unify with the audience, not only the primary audience who's there at the convention, but also rest of America, just to make it a big unit with her and the people, and not make a barrier between them also. But she has a big focus on African Americans, because throughout the speech she stands for African Americans to be a part of our community instead of this barrier. In contrast to Donald Trump, as she mentions, who she mentions as one of the bad things for America, one of the things we have to avoid. But also she uses a lot of pathos to appeal to the audience emotions. She does this mainly through stories, and here she tells a story about a woman who lived poorly, not only because she was black, but also because she lived in a climate where there's a lack of focus, as Hillary Clinton says. And the story is, she's lived in the Polo Grounds Towers in Harlem for decades. She does daily battle with roaches, vermin, and other pests, and then the chemical used to exterminate them cause other problems. Her family has frequent asthma attacks that often land them in the hospital. And then there's the mold. Brown and green spots on the bathroom ceiling. No one should have to live like this in America. She has great focus on how it should be to live in America, and also she tries to make up ways of how to make a better America and how to make it a better place to live. And also she mentions 4 scenarios of 4 different women who inspired her, and she mentions them by name. One she mentions is Valerie Bell, the mother of Sean Bell, who was shot by the police here in New York on the morning of his own wedding day. And here she states that there's too much gun violence, and that there needs to be a stop on this. She uses a great deal of rhetorical devices, also mainly epiphora and anaphora. By the anaphora, she says, something's wrong when black kids get arrested for petty crimes, but white kids who do the same things don't. Something's wrong when gun violence is by far the leading cause of death for young black men, outstripping the next 9 causes of death combined. Something's wrong when so many black parents are burying their children. As you can see here in this quote, she has a lot of focus on the black people and their civil rights, Also because she thinks that it's important also to win over those in her campaign. Um, and then she ends off by saying thank you and that everybody should vote for her because she with them together would make America better.